Hey guys, Stephen Camerata. I'm back with some more of my book, Sneak Peek of Please Don't Die. This is a future New York Times bestseller, as I like to say. You know I like to say that. So this is chapter 7. This is goes back to my college days, which were quite enjoyable. So, chapter 7, this is called The Cliffhanger. Please don't die. Please don't die, I said to myself as I gripped the face of the massive rock with a vice-grip-tight fingertip hold and my feet locked firmly in to a tiny crack in the now insanely terrifying granite rock that I had foolishly began climbing moments earlier. Not only did I begin this crazy adventure without any ropes or safety equipment, but I also did so with no previous rock climbing skills or abilities. What was I thinking? Apparently, I was not thinking things through too clearly when I looked up at this 3-story rock face and made the decision that it would be fun to climb. Equally as poor of a decision would be that of deciding to eat my entire bag of magic mushrooms at the beginning of the hike. The majority of the friends that I was with wisely decided to ration their intake throughout the day, whereas I came from a different school of thought. Go big or go home, I exclaimed as I emptied the contents of my Ziploc baggie into my mouth and hungrily began chewing. I have never really been afraid of heights. Throughout my entire life, I have always had a passion for climbing things, trees, buildings, or bridges. It made no difference to me as long as it would give me the adrenaline rush that I so craved. I was willing to try it, but at this moment, I was frozen in fear. It happened so quickly, it's hard to fathom. One minute I was climbing what seemed to be something super easy, and I was making gains effortlessly. Before I knew it, I had climbed much higher than I ever have previously in my lifetime. It was right about then when the effects of the magic mushroom started to kick in. I then made the dreadful mistake of looking down. I was instantly paralyzed in fear when I realized the life or death situation that I had put myself in. One wrong move and my friends watching anxiously from below would certainly be splattered with my warm blood as I hit the ground with a thunderous force. This was not good. I couldn't move. I will never forget this day. This quite possibly could have been the closest that I've ever came to death. To this very day, it certainly stands firmly as one of my most terrifying moments and one of the many that I can recall in my lifetime. My group of friends realized the severity of the current situation and quickly went into proactive decision-making mode, and they divided up the group. Half of the guys went the long way around and began climbing to get easily to the top from the side of the rock wall. The other boys frantically rushed back to the trailhead to hopefully summon help or possibly search our vehicles for something that might aid in a rescue attempt. I have no idea how long I was glued to that same spot, but it seemed like forever. When some of my friends reached the top, I could see and hear them above me looking for the best line for me to try and make it safely to the top. But I was so incredibly terrified and my body wouldn't work. Add to the fact that I was now tripping my balls off. I wasn't going anywhere. I thought I was going to die on this day. However, miraculously, I did not. My savior came to me in the form of a long orange extension cord tied securely to a bright yellow pair of jumper cables that, fortunately for me, one of my friends found in the trunk of their car. They brought it quickly up to the summit from the easy route and slowly and carefully lowered it to me. Once I had it in the grips of my trembling hands, and with their words of encouragement and guidance of where I should put my hands and feet next, I slowly and cautiously made my way safely to the top. It's funny how in life things seem to look much smaller when viewed as an adult than they used to look when you were a child, a teenager, or in this particular case, a drug-induced college student. This rock face just looked so big. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This rock face looked just as big and just as intimidating when I stood before it 20 years later with my 2 boys. Thomas and Nicholas by my side on one of our many trips to Saranac Lake just outside of Lake Placid, where I went to college at the Paul Smith College of Arts and Sciences. And thank you so much. That's the end of chapter 7.